Hey guys, Sarah here. Today's video is a little different. We're not doing a meme today. We're getting tape stuck on our fingers. Today's topic is we're gonna brainstorm. Okay, we're brainstorming. Can I move this little window? There we go. Now it looks like I'm looking at the camera better. Yeah, we're brainstorming. We have a topic that we're going to brainstorm. We are gonna figure 10 ways to kill Hasan Piker. Now, if you don't know Hasan Piker, he's an evil terrorist from a far-off exotic land, like Turkey or something, and he's evil. He's bad. He's a bad guy. And our goal today is to figure out what ways would be best to end his life, to kill him. First off, my initial idea is poison, actually. So most people know that you can't drink certain things, you can't eat certain things without dying, such as arsenic. Red 40 is a good one. Things high in cholesterol, stop your heart. You need that. What side's it on? It's in the center, isn't it? Oh well. Yeah, so that was my first thought, was poison, but there's a couple things you gotta consider with poison, right? Okay, first of all, what's our mode of transport here? Yeah. Are we putting it in a succulent, delicious drink? Is it going to be in a delicious and succulent drink that, everyone has to drink water, everyone has to drink soda pops and chocolate milk to survive, to live. You need those three things. So, obviously, at some point, Hasan will be in his Middle Eastern mud hut, where he commands terrorist forces. He will at some point be probably drinking something. Knowing Hasan, it would probably be something along the lines of cum. So you know what? We get first method. Write this down. No, I didn't write it down. I'm recording it. First method. We get an inside man. Someone who has a funny complexion. A silly complexion. One that matches Hasan's. And we get him to go in. He goes in undercover. In the dead of night to Kandahar. He goes to Bactria. Pardon. He goes to Kabul. Islamabad, wherever Hasan lives. He sneaks into Tora Bora, his mountain fortress, and goes up to the soda machine and pours in a sprinkle of arsenic, a dash of cyanide, and he sentences them all to death with this action. And so I think that's a pretty solid method, but here's the problem. We got pros and cons of this. Pro 1, Hasan and his terrorist forces are struck dead from a lack of delicious and tasty soda pops. That's our pros. Our cons here, though, we're gonna have to talk to someone who is Middle Eastern. We're gonna have to speak to this person. So that's a hurdle, right? Because they're gonna be saying things in a funny language. We're gonna have to try. When we talk to them, we can't be doing Borat impressions, or they'll get offended. If they say, I will love to kill Hasan for you," haha. That's Let's try that again. I would love to kill Hasan for you. I go to Middle East, where I am from, and I kill Hasan. I go to Islamabad. I go to Berlin, Germany. He's front line. I sneak into his cave. I kill him. You know, we can't be saying my wife. We can't. And the urge might be too strong. You know, what if our inside man gets offended when one of us says, my wife, throw the Jew down the well, you know, something like that. So that's a hurdle. That's a hurdle to cross. We could take, we collectively could take diversity training to make us not racist and white people, or racist at white people that we are, and that could help us. So that's our first myth, and then our second problem there is, you know, if Hasan even gets a whiff that this guy is, it's funny, I can make the screen jiggle. Ooh, earthquake! If Hasan gets even an inkling that this guy isn't totally on board with his fascistic and frankly Arab-centric ways, then, you know, the whole operation's blown. He has the guy executed and chopped into bits to make into a fine Afghan stew. And really, we don't want to see that. We really don't want to see that happen to our friend, hitman, really. I mean, let's be real here, it's a hitman. So that's just something to consider. Our second option here, 2nd out of 10, we're going to do all 10. Let's think about this. Okay, poison in the drinks. Okay, we could say food as well. We'll lump food and drink into that one. What about having a guy shoot him? Or otherwise inflict a lethal wound to Hasan's body. Now, there's a couple different ways this could go. You know, Hasan's always filming propaganda videos in his mountain fortress of Tora Bora. So, at some point, film crews have to come in. You know, high-budget Hollywood film crews come in and touch him up and make him look younger as time goes on. Next, we intercept a call. Alright, a call from mysterious number, star 69, mysterious number, unknown caller, spam risk, comes in. We catch it. Hello, this is Industrial Light and Magic. Yes. One Hasan Piker. Of course, yes. We can ship you out the best IMAX team we have to... Where's that? Yes, we serve to Afghanistan. Good day, sir. But what he doesn't know is it's our organization. He doesn't know that it's us who picked up the call, not Industrial Light and Magic. He's not getting Muppets in the mail. No, sir. He's getting a 308. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so, alright, we have... when we get the call, construct a large, maybe this big, IMAX camera that is actually an Uzi, but with a housing around it that makes it look like an IMAX camera, like a camcorder, an IMAX camcorder, an IMAX cell phone, and the Uzi is loaded with explosive bullets from Red Dead Redemption 2, and the operating mechanism of this powerful weapon is, you know, the clicker on the camera, the clicker button. Little clicker button. That, through some kind of magical process, pulls the trigger on the Uzi and unloads an entire magazine into Hasan's stupid, idiot face when he starts speaking in front of the camera. And the camera destroys him. He's destroyed like a horse and turned into glue. And we'll use this Hasan glue to bind the pages of the history books. So there's a couple pros to that. First of all, we get to do some spy stuff. We get to talk to a guy named Q and a lady named Moneypenny and a lady named M, or which is M the scientist or is Q the scientist? I don't know. Whoever makes the spy gadgets in James Bond, I mean in real life, we get him on board, and we use his technical prowess to construct the Camera Uzi 9000, the IMAX Uzi 900 million, and this machine also is going to be recording footage, right? So we'll have proof. We'll have proof that Hasan's face was exploded and poured full of lead by the best Israeli weapon since the news. And so with this, we've got a couple cons as well. We don't like cons, but we have some. There's... We don't know how much this Q guy is going to be asking for. You know what I mean? He's probably going to make some money. I need to acquire some wealth. Doi. That's always the hard part, but we'll get past it. Okay, so there's a con. Cost on this one's going to be a little high. Thanks to Ronald Reagan, we're going to have a little trouble acquiring an Uzi in the first place, but don't worry. They were probably around before 1986, right? Right? I don't know. So there's our second hurdle. Our third hurdle here is that, quite frankly, we don't have the technology to intercept Hasan's calls quite yet. That's another, logistical hurdle, but it can be overcome. It's the way the hands were dealt. I mean, he's got the tech, we don't. But you know what? Tech never stopped in it. Tech never stopped the Mujahideen from shooting Heinz gun. Ooh, it's a screw that fell out of my desk. The screw fell out of my desk. I built this thing myself. I feel partly responsible. Geez, oh Pete. Now that's not something I'd want to step on. What would you want to step on, you friggin' fruit? Sorry, give me just a second. Oh, jeez, where's my screwdriver? I'm sorry about this. Here. It's not worth it. So, okay. I think that about covers our second method. Our third method here is, alright, we've discussed firearms. We've discussed poison. What about something more old school? I don't mean mafia old school, though a mafia hitman is not out of the question. Jesus, put this in together. Some dumbass. That'll have to do for now. I just won't screw with that until I can fix it better. How's this? Oh yeah, third method. Something a little more old school. That's right. I'm talking melee weapons. Okay. Now, it's common knowledge that there's no more powerful weapon than a katana. Katanas are more powerful than armor. They're more powerful than tanks. More powerful than even my stepdad Ron. Okay, a katana could cut his head clean off, and trust me, I've thought about that. Now, katanas are not hard to come by. They sell real, actual katanas at the mall, and they're not fake and made in a factory in Omaha, Nebraska. They're made in Japan by a guy named Hatoro Hanzo. It's made by a guy named Sushi Yamamoto. Kaiju Hirohito makes those katanas you see at the mall. Not some guy named Fred at a place where they stamp steel and they use the scrap steel to make katanas. and wrap them in like the nylon you get on a paracord knife that isn't real. Anyways, so those real katanas could be used to cut Hasan's head off if we enlist the help of a real life samurai such as Goku Anime or someone like that, and that we could have this. So ninjas are famous for infiltration. That's what they do. That's what they're trained to do. They're trained to infiltrate, and we acquire the skills of this ninja, and we're like, here, we have this blade for you. Take this blade, oh swordsman. And he takes the blade and he says, Are you really cute, Hasan Piker? Are you really cute, Hasan Piker? I owe you blood debt. Thank you. And so we point him in the direction of Tora Bora and let him wreak havoc, let him tear shit up. Maybe give him a gun. I mean, call me crazy, but just give a ninja a gun. See what he does with it. See if he comes up with anything interesting, anything cool. And so he goes ballistic on Hasan, cutting him into thousands of pieces, and making sure there's nothing left. And if he fails, the shame would be too great for him. It would be too much. He couldn't live with the shame. So he would commit, what's it called? It's called, nigiri? Something like that? Anyways, so he would do that, and he would die, if he failed. Maybe Hasan has been trading with the blade. Maybe he knows. Maybe he's got a katana. Maybe they have an epic duel and he loses tragically, like in my favorite anime movies, in my favorite anime cartoons from China. Maybe he loses. So that's always a factor to consider. And if he loses, he dies. You know what I'm saying? There's not a whole lot of wiggle room in this one. So there's a lot of pros here. A couple of cons. First of all, do you have a hotline to any ninjas? I don't. They're stealthy guys. You gotta find a ninja first before you can hire him. Okay? He could be out in those trees. He could be in a bush. He could be in my closet. I don't know. Because he's a ninja. He's a sneaky guy. So, we gotta wonder at this point. Where do we find a ninja? Do we have ninjas that we can use against Hasan? Personally, I don't. So that's our con here. That's our big if. If we find a ninja, if we give him a katana, if we give a mouse a cookie. If you give a ninja a katana, he will go kill Hasan. But first, you got to get to those two steps. It's dominoes. Dominoes fall. These things fall into place. So that's where we stand with number 3. Number 4 is going to be a quick one. We drowned Hasan by sinking a boat he's on. Let's say he goes out fishing. He's like, I'm a fisher guy. I like to fish. Hey, I'm a simple man. I like to fish. I like fishing. He goes on a fishing trip. He goes over there to Lake Cumberland. You know what I'm saying? He goes over to Lake Cumberland. He goes to Cave Run Lake. He takes a trip from Kandahar in Afghanistan to Cave Run Lake, Kentucky. And using the Kentucky National Army's depth charges and warships and submarines and seaplanes and secret technology I'm not allowed to talk about, we could sink his fishing boat, his little trawler. So that's it. The cons there, I can't even think of a con. I think that's probably a foolproof plan. I don't know why it's only the 4th on the list of 10. Number 5. Good golly, gee whiz, I hadn't thought this far ahead. Oh, I did think this far ahead. So it's well known fact that Hasan is a homosexual man. He likes having gay sex, which, you know what? That's fine. I'm not going to judge him, Personally, I've never partaken, but, if it floats his boat, and the Kentucky National Navy hasn't sunk it, then whatever. Yeah, it's his rectum to stretch. I don't care. So, Hasan. Yeah. It's again before we continue. It doesn't bother me. If he's gay, it's fine. But I'm saying in the endeavor of killing him, we could use this to our advantage. So what my idea was to craft some kind of super virus, some unkillable virus that disproportionately affects gay men, that could be used against Hasan as a gay man himself. And this virus, could be transmitted sexually. Because, of course, to be gay, you have to have gay sex. That's them's the breaks, fella. So, we could inject a... where does he live? Afghanistan? We could inject a local Afghan male with this virus, which I am going to dub raids, because it raids the body. We can inject this man with raids, which is a new virus that we haven't built yet. We need to create it. We need to build it in a super lab in Vermont. And this raids virus would essentially course through the blood, turn hemoglobin into homoglobin, which is like the gay version, which actually kills the body instead of bringing oxygen or whatever hemoglobin does. And this raids virus would be passed via gay sex to Hasan's his no-no square, and it would turn him into a shriveling wreck of a person and kill him slowly over the span of 30 years, something like that. And this raids virus could be our key here. So I think that's something to consider for sure. Cons. There's a lot of collateral damage here to the gay community in Afghanistan. There's a thriving LGBT community in Afghanistan that would unfortunately be completely susceptible to this virus, as it only affects gay people. The raids virus would spread like wildfire through Kabul, and I can't help but think that is not conducive to a good plan. Collateral damage. Collateral damage doesn't look good in the papers, fellas, and collateral damage doesn't look good on in the media. So that's number 5. Number 6. Let's think about number 6. We're brainstorming here. I can't be coming up with all the ideas. You guys give me something. Number 6. Here we go. No, that won't work. None of these are clicking. Let's think about this. Okay, Afghanistan. What is it? Rocky, sandy. Rocks, sand, mountains. No water. Those are the 4 traits of Afghanistan in its entirety. What can we use here? Think about it. Alright. He lives in a mountain. Tora Bora. Boom. Mountain goats. Okay. What lives on a mountain? Mountain goats. Easy. Easy peasy. We train a mountain goat. Okay. We pluck one up. Maybe not even from Tora Bora. Another mountain. Somewhere else. I don't know. Kandahar. Somewhere in the south. Maybe go to Colorado, get a bighorn sheep. Something like that. And we train it to ram people off the sides of cliffs. And we can use criminals in this endeavor, someone's on death row. Maybe they sacrifice their life for their country. I don't know. Maybe they do something good for once in their life. Maybe they be of some use to society. Anyways, we bring them to a cliff, a big, tall cliff where Bugs Bunny would run over it and look down and fall. And we sit him up on the lip. So this is the cliff here. He's sitting on the lip right here. He said, "Oh, I'm a little criminal. Oh, no. Oh, I raped and murdered 38 people, and The government's babysitting me for 30 years before they decide to finally kill me. Oh. And then what we do, this is the bighorn sheep. He's standing here, and the bighorn sheep, bam. We train this goat to do this with 30 criminals, 30, 40, get it in his head, 30, 40, 50. On his 100th victim, he's like, boom, I see someone on the cliff, I go for him. Horns, ass, off the cliff, let's go. Oh, come on. So, we train this goat, and we airdrop him into Afghanistan on Tora Bora. We just wait for him to strike, man. Hey, we just wait for him to strike. Hasan, wistfully looking out over the dunes as the twin suns set on the horizon over Tora Bora. He's looking out over a large cliff where Soviets used to send Afghans off the side and plummet to their death like Native Americans did the bison for no reason. And the goat, well, he's in the right place at the right time. He sees a rear end ripe for the ramming, and he goes for it. Hasan, it's simple. It's simple. It's easy. It's an easy plan. It's easy. So that's... Is that number 6? Was that number 7? I don't know which one that was. So that was whatever number that was. We'll say that was number 6. We'll go on to number 7 now, because we're running a little long here. I didn't think my first 2 would take up 12 minutes of the runtime. Sorry. Number 7. Okay, the goat. The goat was good. The gay sex one, that was good. What about... Gears are turning. Let's think. Oh, boom. Twitter. Everyone uses Twitter. Everybody uses Twitter. All of them do it. Everybody uses Twitter. It's a fact. So, go on Hasan's Twitter. Hack his account. Okay, we enlist the help of Dylan the hacker. And we get onto his account and we fabricate, not even fabricate, we just make tweets. We tweet, gay people shouldn't get to break into my house and hit me with things. We shouldn't let immigrants become teachers without learning to speak English first. Just reprehensible, awful things like that no human being with any kind of reason should be able to even conceive in his head as a thought. Just those awful, terrible things. Something like, I should be held accountable for my actions. Something like that. Something that Hasan would never say. And just tweet that on his Twitter. Everybody's, Hasan, you evil, you're awful, I hate you, Everybody in his comments, Hasan, I used to relate to you as a burnt out liberal 30-year-old who does nothing with my life. And Hasan, immediately, his fan base drains. That's the sound of it draining. His account, the subscribers, that's them leaving. It's like an ASMR video making so much noise. His account goes from 20 million, 30 million, whatever, how many subscribers, to 0 in 3 seconds. Hasan immediately is hit with whiplash. Where's all my fans? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. He's in a panic. He's running around. In his panic, a string is stretched out by our operatives, our secret operatives. A string is stretched out. He trips. He's like, a well-placed knife, sticking straight up like that. He goes, blood! It's shooting everywhere, like in that Japanese movie where the guy gets cut. Hasan, dead on arrival. There's an option for you. Method number 8. Time machine. Time machine. Okay. Hasan's going to a music festival. Like any good liberal should. And the porta potty section. Okay, get this? All of them are occupied, except for one, which is actually a time machine in the shape of a porta potty. Hasan, well, his little bladder's just about to explode, and he's going, "Ooh, I really need to go." He runs in. Boom, remote control. Boop, boop, boop. Send back. Boop, boop, boop. September 11th. Boop, 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 boop. 2001. Boop, 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 boop. Location, New York. Lower Manhattan. Top floor of Twin Towers. 1 second, he's in Woodstock 99. The second, Twin Towers. He's like, he does his business in the time machine, which costs billions of dollars, by the way, Hasan. And he opens the door. Oh, I'm on a roof. Where am I? He looks over the side. Oh, I'm really high up. In the distance. In the distance is the planes he sent to attack the towers. They're like, here, let's see. 1 second, please. Oh, I totally kicked it. You are Hasan watching this. Hasan is destroyed by 300 tons of explosives placed on the bottom floor of the towers. All throughout the towers. And the plane that just happened to be there falling. And little does he know, he's not even going to be alive to claim responsibility for the attacks. Die. And so yeah, I think that he could that would work. I can't see any cons with that. I know we could be using the time machine to do other things, but I think it's a good idea to send it back to 9/11 and have it destroyed in the towers, along with Hasan. Ha ha ha! Oh ha ha ha! That is so funny. Let's just get to number 10 because I don't want to think about any more ideas. Number 10. The best option we have. Our top tier. This is our best one yet. This is the pinnacle. You're at the pinnacle right now. Look around. Look out on the horizon. You're on the pinnacle right now. Nobody's higher up than you right now, except me. I'm the best. Look out on the horizon. Look at all the options we just looked through. This one's the best. Sorry, let me prop my leg up and take a swig of this hearty ale. Welcome to the pinnacle, son. How's the view? Vampires. Oh, you heard me right. Vampires. Son, to a vampire, he's just another blood bag. You know. And I know, he's a bit of a bloodsucker on his own, but he's no vampire. You can tell because his complexion's too dark. They're sort of bluish. And, what we do... Hasan, us your followers in Romania want to see you. Come to Romanian Comic-Con in Budapest. Hasan, the nerd, is going to say, well, I guess I should go. Boom, he's on the first flight. The first flight from Kabul to Budapest. He's there at the Budapest Convention Center that looks exactly like the one in San Diego. He walks in. What's up, guys? Anyone hit the tanning bed recently? Everyone there is pale because they're vampires. They are vampires. Hasan walks in. Hey guys, I'm here for the, everyone wanted to see me here. I came to talk about my I came to proclaim Sharia law in Europe to a population 60% white, 30% like not white but not Arabic as well, and like 2% Arabic and some other percents. I hope that adds up to 100. Anyway, I came to claim Sharia law here. What's up, guys? Dead silence. The vampires look around at each other. We were told you were here to be sacked. Hasan, a gay man, says, "Suck away, guys." Immediately, he's pounced upon like a noble okapi in the savannah. He's there in the center. 3,000 vampires on him instantly. They're sucking up his blood into their teeth. Into their teeth, people! They're sucking his blood out! Hey, they're eating his flesh! It's horrible! Except it's Hasan, not a human being. So, Hasan's being sucked to death! Ah! They're not even turning him into a thrall. Or, heaven forbid, another vampire, because I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't take another 2,000 years of him. Vampires are eating him, eating his flesh, sucking his blood. Ah! It's gross! It's disgusting! I don't like it! Ah! The vampires eat and suck away until there's no Hasan left to be seen. Okay? Let's look at the pros. There's no cons. I'll warn you now, there's no cons here. Pro 1, Hasan dead. Goal completed. Pro 2, vampires fed. The vampires are happy. We don't gotta sacrifice another virgin to them for a year. A year of no virgin deaths. Are you guys hearing me right now? Number 3. Makes for an interesting convention. You know what? I'll tell you that much. Politicon is only interesting when something violent happens, so... number 4, as far as pros go. Makes for a good story, man. Hey, you know what? That's part of the fun, is that you get to tell the story later. It's the comedian's rule. You guys have watched my hair dry over 40 minutes. Does it look good? I look better when it's like this. When it's like this, I look stupid. Because you can see my fat neck that a vampire would love to chomp down on. But luckily he'll be chomping on Hasan's neck. When it's like this, I look better. I know it's girl hair, but it looks... I think I'd make it work. I don't look good with short hair. You know. That's beside the point. The point is... Consider these methods. Consider these methods I've proposed to you today. I probably should have prefaced with this, but this is a joke. I do not intend any harm to Hasan. I don't want to kill Hasan. I'm sure he's a fine young gentleman. I just thought this would be a funny video. I just thought it was a good idea for a funny video. You know, the guy gets a lot of flack. Maybe he'll think it's funny, you know? Because look here, Hasan. Look, listen! Look, Hasan! You know, why can't we be funny, you know? Let's be funny together. Let's not... We don't gotta hate each other. We gotta be funny with each other. You know what I'm saying? You know what causes strife in the world is hate. That's what does it. Being funny with each other, that doesn't cut... I'm just busting your balls, Hasan. Okay? Maybe I'll find a way to edit this and I'll put this in front of the video. So Hasan don't tinkle in his britches over this one, you know what I mean? So, thank you guys for watching. If you did. If you did. If you didn't, I understand. It's a 40-minute video. We're coming on the 40th minute right as I'm talking. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try and time it so it's exactly 40 minutes. Wait, I'm hovering over the stop button. 45, 46. Watch some of my other videos. None of them are as good as this because you know what? It's my newest. And I'm going to try and make good videos in the future. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.